I'm Christine Davis. I'm one of the owners of Active Adults Realty, and I am here today with Pete Green. He's the senior mortgage banker with Atlantic Bay Mortgage. And one of the things we're encountering these days right now in such a competitive market still is they'll come to us and they'll say, Christine, this is great. I want to move to Delaware, but I live in New York and I have to sell my home before I can buy. And that is not appealing to the sellers in a seller's market. What is a great way for us to go ahead and get around that?
So the term you'll hear a lot is bridge loan. Unfortunately, they don't really exist that much anymore. So we have sort of a product or system we utilize, which is based upon what's called a recast. So if you think about it's sort of like a refinance, but without all the closing costs. So what happens is this: we qualify you, the customer, for the mortgage for the home that you're going to buy, but you need that equity out of the current home. So what we do is we just lend you more on the new home, okay? And you don't sell your old home, right? So that way, to the seller, you're a non-contingent buyer.
Right.
You're still getting the mortgage you want. We qualify you on everything together. We have a solution for that, by the way, as well. And then what happens is, usually the customer says, well, wait, but Pete, I have a $400,000 mortgage. I only wanted a $200,000 mortgage.
Right.
And that's where the recast comes in. So then you move into your lovely new home. You're excited. You sell your old home. You have $200,000 to contribute. You send it to us. We lower your payment to match the new lower balance after you make the large payment. So think of it sort of like a recalculation of your overall loan based upon the new lower loan balance. And we do a lot of these. And
so what happens to the interest rate? So if I lock in today and the interest rate is 5.5%.
Yep, so once you go to settlement on the new loan, it gets a little confusing. Your interest rate is set for the period of the term of the loan. So if it's a 30-year fixed rate, nothing happens with your rate, your terms or fees, nothing. It's actually the only cost you have to incur is to pay the county to re-record the note once they do the recast, and that's about it.
Will there be a new appraisal in this process?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and how long is that good for? So let's just say, and usually across the country in today's market, your home's going to sell very quickly, almost regardless of where you live. So at what point, how far out into the future can you recast?
It is open-ended. There's no exact precise time. Usually what's happening is people are contributing to the equity, so it's usually a non-issue. Usually when people do it too, they're not doing it in, let's say, $10,000 increments or $20,000 increments. They're usually something like they've sold a major piece of real estate, maybe the home you've lived in for 10, 20, 30 years, and you're putting down $50,000, $100,000, $300,000. So the equity position usually isn't a big deal. And then in the end, you end up, what's great about it is you just end up with the exact product you want. Everything's the same, but you didn't have to spend all the cost to refinance, and which is great because you end up with the rate you locked. So if, let's say, rates go up to 8% and you locked in at 5, you're set.
Absolutely. So this is a win-win for those of you who are saying, I want to move to Delaware, but I have to sell my home first. And you're saying, I know it's going to sell quickly, but I still have to sell it first. So talk to Pete before you get the process started.
All the way through.
And he'll go ahead and explain it a little further if necessary, and then one of our great agents will guide you through the rest of the purchase process, and we'll get you to Delaware, which is where you want to be. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Thanks.
Thanks. Take care.